Alright, what's up, YouTube? Man, I messed my hair up already today. Sorry about that. So, hopefully you enjoyed the little dance I had to do to get the car, to get what I need to work on this morning. But, let's go over what I'm going to be doing. So, first, let's recap what I did last week, and then I'll show you what I was futzing with here on the fenders. So, motor's bagged. I'm leaving it there until I choose the cam. Almost got a few little candidates left. Just working out which one I want to buy and go from there. But that'll be a whole video when I do all that. So I did some. Well, before I open the door here, the patch for the rear leaf springs, or leaf spring pocket. I made a new patch, welded it in, made it nice and flush. I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this. I should have grabbed the flashlight. But the little slice that I had in the floor pan from my little fuck up over the 2020 or 2021 winter, I don't remember. I made a sliver of a patch, welded it in there, all good. Next up was this little piece down here. You can see all the shiny stuff here. So there was a hole here from where the rockers met the rear quarter and this door jamb area. So I just welded this. I left that open for a while because I was using a long bar, kind of like doing PDR, to press up on this fender here to hit the high spots with pressure on the backside with that little bar. So now that I've kind of done with all that, I welded up that little hole. That was another little pain in the ass because you can see here it's a concave space. Somebody at some point had brazed it. You can see the brazing there. So I'm gonna have to sand that off. Still have to finish sand it, but it's good to go there. So that was all last weekend. Sorry, nothing really exciting with that. So let's get up to what's left. So I still have to do some work on the firewall, drill a hole for the steering column. I'm gonna leave the electrical connectors for later. I'll probably have it in primer by that point. So I need to fix these fenders because I haven't finished them. I was just busy that one weekend. I was just doing a bunch of stuff, and I had the whole ADD squirrel moment going. So here's the original piece. You can see all the Bondo and how mangled it was, right? So I cut that off, put in a new patch, and I didn't really do a great job with it. This was, I don't know, an hour's worth of work. I really just kind of breeze through it, but you can see here it's not fully welded, and then I just overlapped it here on the end, and I didn't even trim off the excess. I just kind of, hey, it looks good, put it on the fender, and you wouldn't even notice it if you weren't really looking for it. But you know, to me, it's not finished work, right? You can see here got excess there, excess here, and of course the fold, and I need to hammer dolly my weld marks because there was a lot of shrinkage in there. Same thing on this side. I cut out a piece here and welded that in. And you can see it from the other side if I could. Yeah, I can't slide it. There's not enough room in my garage. You can see here it's actually not bad from a metalwork standpoint. It just would need a little bit of skim coat filler, except for right here it needs to be hammer dollied some more. But there's another little spot. It's not too bad actually. And here I didn't even finish welding off the weld proud, so I didn't even finish this one. So this was another patch. So, and you can see here this is all rusted. I still have to fix this here. This is where the inner fenders kind of connect to it. I didn't sand down the inside of this fender. I don't know why I did the other one, but I didn't do this one. So I gotta come back to it. And then of course you can see here on this patch again, lots of excess, and I didn't really fix the fold. So I need to finish working on this because once I spray this in epoxy, if I have to metal finish this or grind metal or do anything after that, I've got to sand that down, and then of course I got to reapply the epoxy to it, which I'm not gonna tape up the whole car and do all this stuff for a couple of these patchworks. If I need to do a small patch, that's fine. Big stuff like this, I would end up stripping all that epoxy to 20-30% of the fender. So I'm going to try and get this all done first before I do that. So I'm just going to hit the time warp. when I get to actually welding and fixing stuff, maybe I'll do some close-up videos for you guys. I'm also going to make a patch for the front side markers. So this should be a little bit lengthy of a video, guys, so we'll get back to it. Just going to do a paper template or cardboard template on this, and I should be able to reuse the same template on the other side. Right now I've just got magnets holding the cardboard in place using super strong magnets. Alright, it's all set, ready to go. I had to fix the dent that was in this portion of the corner just so that when I go to weld and finish dressing it, that, excuse the ear, that I wouldn't be just goobering metal on it, trying to, you know, metal finish it nice. So I wanted to get that dent out first. Pretty easy with the hammer dolly. There's a small little divot, which you can't see because the magnet's in the way, but it's all set, ready to weld. Couple little tips for guys making patch panels. Rule number one, always make sure that the new metal is the same gauge or thickness as your base metal, because if you don't, then you're gonna have a hell of a time trying to get those two pieces to match up, and if you have to do any hammer dolly work, you're just warping the shit out of it and you know, trying to turn it into tinfoil basically, which, you know, I've done a time or two. Another tip is make sure that all of your edges have all the burrs clean. I don't know why, but when you weld, something with the burrs just makes it crap your weld, or doesn't fuse properly. So always deburr both your base metal and your patch panel. All right, let's get to some welding. Alright guys, it's actually the next day here. Realized I had some problems with the footage here. It was still stuck on time warp, so it didn't catch anything that I was saying. So here's the side marker all put in there. You can kind of see where it is, right? It's not completely 100% metal finished. I don't have a very good planishing hammer that I need to kind of just do some metal touch up on, right? But you can see it's got a nice profile there, not warped or not warped too bad, I should say. Same thing up top. I don't know if you can catch that if the camera picks it up. There's just a little bit of metal planishing that I have to do, and right there and right there. But other than that, it's pretty done. It's, you know, even if I left it just this way and put a skim coat of body filler on it, most people would never know that that was replaced. So not too bad for a guy doing it in his garage. So I'm gonna wrap this video up here. I previously was gonna touch on some body modifications that I was doing to the car, you know, kind of giving you guys a preview of what I'm hoping to do with it. I'm gonna save that for the next video. So if you guys got any questions, comments, just drop them in the section below. Again, thanks for watching. Appreciate it. Catch you next time.